Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Wes Sutler, the Deputy Director of Sales at RE+. Our entire RE+ events team is thrilled to finally get to see everyone in person and reconnect with a number of you that we have not seen in ages, and really to meet all of our first-time exhibitors as well, many of whom are attending this webinar today. So today, we're going to go ahead and cover a number of topics, including upcoming important dates and deadlines, cost-saving tips, how to effectively navigate the event throughout the week, and highlight all of the networking events that we have planned to help you connect with the right audiences at the show. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Actually, keep in mind, we'll have a Q&A at the end, so feel free to add any questions you have throughout in the chat, and we will be sure to answer them at the end. So first off, I'd like to introduce our incredible team that really helps make RE+ the premier clean energy event. When you see us at the show, if it's during move-in, at any networking event, do not be shy. Please come up and say hi. We'd love to chat and learn more about your business. So again, love to chat at any time throughout the show. First up, we have Lori Smith, Vice President, Sales and Business Development. Myself, Wes Sutler, Deputy Director of Sales. Katie Croy, Senior Coordinator Sales, Leslie Fondren, Deputy Director of Business Development, who you'll hear from a little later, Ben Simpson, our Sales Coordinator, and Susie Patch, our Operations Manager, that you will also hear from. In addition to our team making RE+ possible, I wanted to share just a quick note about the two co-owners of the show, SEIA and SEPA. SEIA, Solar Energy Industries Association, is the national trade association for the solar and solar plus storage industries, working with 1,000 member companies and building a comprehensive vision for the solar plus decade. If you would like more information on becoming a member and seeing how SEIA may help your organization, go ahead and visit www.seia.org. And we also have SEPA, the Smart Electric Power Alliance. Their membership offers member-only content, working groups, free live and on-demand education training, and much more. So for more information for SEPA, please visit www.sepapower.org. All right, so we are here. You've officially arrived at the show. We finally did it. All this work leads up to this. I think kind of one of the best parts about hosting the event here in Anaheim is that RE+ really begins before you walk into the exhibit hall or any of the education rooms. So as you can see here, we have a number of exhibitor-led demonstration areas in the middle of the Grand Plaza, and it's directly in front of the convention center. So really the energy of the show is just felt immediately as you arrive on site. In addition to kind of these demonstration areas, there's also this is going to be our location for our opening reception. That's going to be held Monday night from 6:30 to 8:30. And tickets for this event are included in all full conference passes, but you can also purchase them when you register for any other pass to the show. It's also worth noting that the Hilton and Marriott are directly above this, the Grand Plaza, so it really truly makes it feel like campus feel right before you head into the convention center. So we love being able to host here and start the show before you even walk into the hall. Additionally, this Grand Plaza is going to be an area where we'll have food trucks, seating, an area we like to call the Solar Central Park that's going to feature a DJ, some lawn games, lounge seating, things like that, just to help add a little fun to the show. So once you're done experiencing the Grand Plaza, as I'm trying to move on to my next slide, thank you, you'll come straight into the convention center and enter into the exhibit hall in one of the 4 main entrances that you see highlighted in yellow. As you can see, we have over 750 exhibitors in a number of energy sectors represented throughout the hall, including hydrogen, wind, EVs, smart energy, digitalization, solar, and storage. The hall also includes 5 show floor theaters, and this education will have content running throughout the entirety of the show. From our installer theater to our industry trends and solar central stages, just make sure to check out the full schedule if there's some content that might be relevant to you or that you're looking to learn more about. The schedule can be found on our website at re-plus.com/schedule. And it'll also be available in our mobile app once we go live with that when it launches in a couple of weeks. These theaters are available to all attendees, so just stop by and attend a session or two if the time allows. And these are really the best opportunities outside of your booth to connect with new contacts and make some new contacts outside. You never know who you're going to run into or meet in these different activations. It's just a great opportunity to kind of get outside of your booth, to learn more about the show, and to just reconnect and connect with new folks at the show. Also, I wanted to mention that GES's service desk is at the very far top left, and Brian Larson's going to talk about that a little later. I just wanted to make sure you're aware of its location during exhibitor move in and move out. And I also wanted to point out that this is the online floor plan that our attendees see when they begin looking for exhibitors that they want to connect with. So as you can see, some of the exhibitors have their booths earmarked. And this is an upgrade feature that Michael Cutter from Map Your Show will also talk about in a little bit. And attendees really have already started looking at this floor plan and started kind of building out their planners to see who they want to connect with on site. So make sure you log into your exhibitor portal if you have not already, and update your company profile as soon as possible. Attendees, they start searching for companies that they will look to meet with at the show, and they'll search by product categories, specific keywords. So make sure to capture all of that in your profile just to maximize your exposure online. So next, I wanted to go ahead and turn it over to Susie on our operations team, who manages a lot of the show floor kind of content, and she wants to talk about the important dates and deadlines that we have coming up for the show. So go ahead and Susie, take it away.
Thank you. Well, welcome. I am very excited to be part of this team and to see all of you on site in Anaheim. So right now, the big key of this webinar is to get everybody ready to go on site and to make sure we have all of our forms in. A lot of these links we're going to go over, and the place to go to get all of the forms is going to be either in the RE Plus service kit link that you can go to online. There's also an exhibitor resource manual that's part of that you can link out to get that service kit. So if someone doesn't have that, please reach out to us and we can get that to you, but I think everybody should have it. One really big date is we have a number of forms at RE Plus that need to be submitted by everybody for all of the events that we have going on if you're going to participate. That important date is Friday, August 19th. And you can see here is the list of what every exhibitor must submit. On-site contact forms required for everyone. Exhibitor liability insurance form, that's required for everyone. There's some specifics there. Booth diagram and hanging sign form required if you're 400 square feet or over. For that, there's a GES freight service questionnaire. That due date's a little later, but again, very important to know how your freight's getting there. If you're doing an after hours party form, please go ahead and submit that. GES credit card form, that's required for anything that you're going to order from GES. So you just have to fill it out once, and then you can get all of their great services. There's also a notice of intent to hire an EAC. Again, that's on there if you're going to use an EAC. And then there's also GES electrical form and layout. And again, if you're ordering electrical, it's coming through GES. So you would use that form. And then we have some important deadlines. A lot of these deadlines lead to discounts. So really go ahead and make sure to mark your calendar for these. Like we just talked about, the mandatory forms, that's August 19th. Housing deadline is August 26th. We are very, very, very full, and we're trying to get more hotels involved for the housing. So if you have not booked your housing, please do so ASAP. Again, like I said, we're very full and we're trying to even get more hotels involved for that. Customer invites, that deadline is August 26th. Huge deadline here. It's going to save you a lot of money. GES discount deadline. Again, they're everything, furniture, electric, freight, carpet, all of that good stuff. is coming from GES. And again, that deadline is August 24th. Our AV, if you want any AV in your booth, our Shepherd AV is our vendor. Their deadline is September 6th. Internet and telecom, that's going to be Smart City. That deadline is September 1st. Catering deadline is August 29th. Lead retrieval, they have like a 3-tier process. The next deadline coming up for their advanced discount rate is August 11th. And then special transportation deadline is September 11th to go ahead and get that scheduled. Also want to talk about in the kit, there's a form of all of our official vendors. Please make sure you're using an RA Plus official vendor. This is the time of year, especially with that housing, because we're so full, that we start getting some poachers coming in. I know another one people try to poach a lot is the AV. So again, just to make sure you're getting the best deal and you're getting an actual room and not just a fake one somewhere, please make sure to use our vendors. If you have a question, if someone reaches out to you, please don't hesitate to reach back out to our team to just kind of run it by us if it's an official vendor or not. We will be more than happy to take those emails and direct them where they need to, and also let you know if it's a real or a poacher who's reaching out to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Susie. And I think one important thing to note, I don't know if you mentioned, the housing contact that we use is Orchid Housing.
Orchid, correct.
That's our official vendor. So anyone else is certainly a poacher. We unfortunately get a number of those every year. It seems unavoidable, but Orchid is our official vendor, and they are on our website listed under the housing tab. Thank you, Susie. Appreciate that. Next up, I'd like to turn it over to Leslie Fondren, who will talk about our upcoming networking and special events that we have throughout the show.
Thanks, Wes. Yeah, I can jump right in here. So as you guys know, we have a number of networking events that are tied into our event. If you've been looking at our schedule, they've been being added as we finalize some of the details. We'll be kicking things off on Monday with a golf tournament that'll be hosted at Tustin Ranch Golf Club from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then we will have our welcome reception that'll start just after the opening general session from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. out on the Grand Plaza. So if you guys remember from earlier, that's that central location that's between the Hilton Marriott and the Anaheim Convention Center. Going into Tuesday, we are kicking things off with our Run with the Sun 5K. If you are an early bird and you like to run, you should definitely come out and join. That'll be from 6 to 7 a.m. and that'll also kick off from the Grand Plaza. We'll be having a poster reception later that afternoon. That's just to highlight some of the posters that we have as part of our education conference. The Women in Renewable Energy reception will also kick off at 4:30. That one will be hosted in the Marriott. And then our block party, which is our signature event, will be hosted at Angel Stadium from 7 to 10 p.m. We're very excited about that and hope you guys can come out and join. This one is a ticketed event along with the renewables and the Women in Renewable Energy reception. So you would have to do an add-on for those. And then on Wednesday, we have a new item, which is our Funders Breakfast. Our Funders Breakfast, this is something that we've added this year with a lot of the funding that's coming out from the government and just in general from private, from venture capital. We wanted to make sure that we had a space for attendees to be able to engage with public and private funders and learn and hear about their different approaches to startup and research and tech investments, and how they're approaching innovation and the changing renewable energy landscape as we move forward. So these will be roundtable formats, and they will be people will be available to answer questions from attendees who are sitting at the table with them. And then we have our exhibit hall happy hour, which will be from 5 to 6 p.m. on the exhibit hall. We still have sponsorships that are available for the majority of these events and for the show overall. Block party sponsorships actually just went online today. So if you are interested, we can share with you guys a link so that you guys can see all the opportunities that are available and tied into the block party and our event overall. And for our first-time attendees, we have a first-time attendee orientation and networking event that we host from 3 to 4:30 p.m. on Monday, September 19th. This will be hosted in Marriott Grand Ballroom E. This is open to all attendees. If it's your first time attending the event, we encourage you to come and get some tips for navigating the show. And you can connect with other attendees and get a jump on just general networking and business conversations before the show opens.
Yep, and just reiterating again, this is open to both attendees and exhibitors, right? So
Yes.
come one, come all. Meet some new people at this networking event, and it's a great way to kind of kick off the show.
Absolutely. And this year we will also be hosting an international reception. We will be hosting this on Thursday from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Location is currently TBD. For those of you who don't know, we have a slate of international events. We've had our Solar and Storage Mexico, as well as our Solar Power Africa events, and we will be adding 3 additional international events with ETC Toronto in Canada. That will be in October of this year, Desert Tech Egypt, which will be in December of this year, and launching Solar Plus Storage Spain in May of next year. This event, the international reception, is open to exhibitors who are operating in these markets or just interested in learning about our international events and, maybe getting some insight of where we may go next. Make sure to stop by and chat with our team and our international representatives and learn about some of our international event incentives.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Leslie. And while we are currently talking about RE Plus 22, I wanted to definitely make sure that 23 is already on your radar. As you can see, we're going to be in Las Vegas next year at the Sands Expo, September 11th through 14th. And so we will start our booth sales soon. And so additional details will be coming your way in the next, in the coming days and weeks. Okay, so I wanted to turn the time over to our vendor partners who continue to really help make the show a success. We're going to go ahead and start with Brian Larson at GES, who will be able to talk through his benefits and maybe the new items that GES is offering for this year.
Thanks, Wes. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Larson from GES. I'm Vice President of Business Development, and I have been involved with SPI and now RE Plus since 2016. So very familiar with the show. Did the show last time it was in Anaheim in 2018. So like I said, very familiar with the show. Let's take a look at the agenda, and what we're going to kind of focus on is what's new with GES for RE Plus. So I'm going to go over several things. First one is I'm going to go over is a new GES Material Handling Plus offering that will be for the show. Also, some various upgrades and changes to our exhibitor services, which will include just a quick overview of our exhibitor services, the contactless show site experience, some new move-in and move-out emails that will be coming your way. There is also exhibitor texting service available, a quick review of our Espresso site, and then also some stuff on the Espresso site under the Exhibitor Resources tab that I think would be very, very helpful. So going to move right into the GES Material Handling Plus. So just a quick background on this is, during the pandemic and stuff, GES leadership kind of said, hey, we need to take a look at ourselves, what we offer, how we're doing things, and just kind of, are we doing the right stuff? And what ended up coming out of that was GES is rolling out a whole series of basically GES Plus series items. The first thing that got rolled out was this GES Material Handling Plus. And basically what it is it just simplified and made everything much, much easier. So there's simplified pricing and easy budgeting that takes place. You used to send in your shipments, everything was kind of charged per 100 weight scale, which if you send 259 pounds in, you got billed for 300. Just trying to do all of that math at times would be very confusing. So one thing we did is we just have gone to a per pound model. So if you send in 259 pounds, you get billed for 259 pounds. So new feature here, very easy to use. You can, and there's no surcharges that are involved with this. So you send your shipment in 259 pounds, it costs one thing. If you send it to the advanced warehouse, same price as if you send it direct to show site. There's no special handling. There's no overtime. There's no loose and uncrated. You just basically, you get one rate. So as long as you hit all of the posted date ranges for shipping to the advanced warehouse or shipping direct to show site on your target date, that's one rate. Should you miss any of those dates, instead of really getting a surcharge, it just goes up to a new rate is all. Very simple. And then any small packaging, there was always small package fees before. It's basically any shipments that are 25 pounds or less, they get a flat rate, and they can, anytime they show up, advanced to direct to show site, any of that. So it's just makes your budgeting so much easier. So you can, like I said, you can choose to go advanced or direct. Your costs are easy to calculate. Like I said, you send in 259 pounds, you get billed for 259 pounds at the one rate. So very, very simple to do. Also, in regards to this GES Plus series, we are piloting some other items. We're piloting a GES electrical one that is a package of, we're not doing it on RE Plus, but just as you start going to GES shows in general, you'll start seeing some of these GES Plus packages. Again, I mentioned the electrical. It's a package. It includes your outlet, your labor, your materials. There's also going to be a GES Plus series for hanging signs. So if, a lot of those popular moss tension fabric hanging signs that are squares, circles, triangles, there's a package that includes all your labor, your materials, your everything all in one price. And then there's also going to be a GES Furnishings Plus series that kind of wraps a bunch of different furniture items all together in one item. So look for that in your coming shows coming up, because we are piloting those other three on some other shows, and eventually they'll be offered on all shows. Next slide, Wes. Exhibitor services. So same type of thing, during the pandemic and stuff, GS leadership also said, hey, we've got to take a look. The environment is changing. So we've got to take a look at how we do exhibitor services. What about, close contact and even sustainability and some things. So pre-show hasn't changed a whole lot. Again, similar to this, there's exhibitor educational webinars. We always have our JD Power Certified National Service Center, which we've always had, available by chat, telephone, and if you're international, there's exhibitor support there. Obviously, our Expresso site. We also, out of our National Service Center, we do some proactive outreach and planning. So at times you might see, hey, you'll get an email mailer from us that says, hey, we have received orders from you. That's one of the items that goes out. Or, hey, you haven't ordered any carpeting. Do you need some help? So we'll do these broadcast marketing email reminders. Where the real changes have kind of come in through the pandemic and stuff is going to be this middle section here, this contactless show site experience. We will still have the on-site service center as we have always had. You will receive a move-in and a move-out emails, which I'm going to talk about that here in just a little bit. They're fantastic. Great thing that's been done has really helped out as we've kind of gone forward doing shows coming out of the pandemic. A paperless experience, which I'm going to, I'll talk about a little bit more about the paperless experience. We are certainly leveraging technology and texting to our benefit. You can virtually review your preliminary invoices, and you get a much more personalized service through this contactless show site experience. And then post-show exhibitor surveys have always been available, and they are still available now for filling out. And then what we'll do is we'll take the results of those surveys and we do a performance review on those and look for ways per show to get better. And each show is different. They'll have different things that will come up. So we review them on a very specific show basis. All right, next slide, Wes. All right, our paperless and contactless show site experience. It starts in the very beginning with, I encourage everybody to fill out this show site contact form. It's available on Expresso under show information. Then you go to the show site contact form and it pops up. You fill it out with your first name, last name, email, and phone number. And then that way, now you're in the system. You can get text. We can get text from you and the whole 9 yards. We'll know who you are, whole 9 yards. It is also, when you go on Expresso, it's also available in the quick link section as well. Again, highly recommend this. This is something that we started because of the pandemic and trying to limit, close person-to-person contact. And on the first event that we did, which again, very, very small event, which is this magic pop-up. I forget the exact number of exhibitors, but we're going to, argument's sake, we're going to say that there was 150. 148 used the contactless show site experience out of 150, and it was very, very well received. Next slide there, Wes. The move in and move out emails. These are pretty great. So just before you getting ready to get on that plane and head out to Anaheim, you are going to get a move in email, and it's going to have a handful of details. That first button at the top is going to have move in information. Some of these other buttons that you can utilize. There's exhibitor resources, something I'm going to talk about a little later in the slides here. You can fill out the show site contact form from this thing if you haven't done so already. You can submit your credit card by clicking on a couple of these buttons. And then of course there's the quick fact sheets, and then you've got some of these other windows where you could click on if you want to pre-print your address labels, or if you need to get a quote for shipping your exhibit to show site. So very, very handy. Then while you're at the show, you're going to get a move out email as well. And it's going to have a lot of these same buttons, especially some of the biggies like move out information. You're going to also have submit credit card. Those kind of things are there. Very handy. You can definitely use this to do a lot of stuff. And so far, through all of these things, you haven't had to go to the GS service desk yet. Even though it's in the upper left-hand corner of the exhibit hall, you haven't had to go there yet. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide, Wes. Once you've filled out that show site contact form, you can start texting back and forth with our exhibitor service team. And you can do everything here. You can place orders. You can review existing orders with your exhibitor service team. As you can kind of see a little bit on some of these exchanges here, it shows, new orders as the task been completed, things that are approved. You can also get your preliminary invoice at the show will be sent to you if you sign up on the show site contact form. So you're not going to get handed a paper invoice. You can actually view it right here on your phone or on your computer. So again, this texting service has been very, very well received. We avoid any lines at the desks. Matter of fact, very seldom is there anybody at the desks anymore. So everybody's kind of using these exhibitor texting service to their advantage. Anyway, next slide, Wes. So Expresso. This is our online ordering site. It's pretty much the same as it was the last time you guys did the show. I would be remiss if I didn't, just kind of run through this real quick and just let you know it's your basic e-commerce site, just like your Amazons and things like that. It shows full color pictures. It's almost just like, if you're going to go to Amazon and order, all of your supplies for your house, you can go in and do that just like you would here. So again, e-commerce site, full color pictures. You can keep a running total of all your stuff. It's easy to access any help and any ordering assistance. And if you look at that online chat, again, probably the most popular way people get a hold of us is through the online chat. That's most of our services go through that. Let's go ahead to the next slide, Wes. So this is what the RE Plus Expresso site looks like. And the one thing that I wanted to highlight here is this exhibitor resources. So this is something that we've had, but didn't have a lot of information out there, and we've continued to add to it. And then during the pandemic, we did a lot. So I highly encourage everybody to, click on this, review kind of what's out there, especially if you're a first-time exhibitor or a new exhibitor of some kind. There's a lot of good information out here. And once you click on it, and it goes to the next slide, Wes, this just gives you, this is a portion of the items that are out there. There's a lot of great things out here. You've got various checklists. There's some videos that you can watch in regards to a variety of different things, anywhere from easy online ordering to material handling. There's all kinds of great stuff out here that could certainly help you in planning for your event. And with that, I'll just say thank you for attending the webinar, and hopefully you got some stuff out of this. And if there's any questions, just feel free and we'll answer them at the end.
Thanks a lot, Brian. All right, so moving along, we're going to go right to Map Your Show, and Michael Cutter, who will walk through the online directory, the mobile app, and all of the other activations that Map Your Show has to offer.
Awesome. Thanks, Wes. So hi, everyone. What you're looking at right now are kind of just two little breakdowns of the website. So with that online directory, this is how the attendees are going to go in, kind of plan out their show. You can see they can use those tiles to navigate the site, the navigation bar. Now, a lot of times they use that keyword search. So it is important to get in. Everyone has a standard listing and get your company details in that so you become more searchable. I will go over those here in a few slides as well. Now, one thing with this, when attendees go in here, they have what we call a My Show Planner. This is what they create, kind of help them match out those exhibitors that they want to see. Now, with this, it always saves, so they can always go back and keep looking. And then, as Wes pointed out, you can see on the floor plan, they can kind of see where you're located, kind of get a better idea before coming into the show floor. Again, with those ear tags, a lot of other exhibitors pop out a little more than others with some of those upgrades that we do have to offer. But with those keywords, get a lot more discovery. And we actually hop to the next slide. I'll kind of show you what a standard listing can look like. So this is what a standard listing looks like. Everyone, again, for you has this. So if you do need your login to get into that dashboard, please reach out to me. I'll get you those details, but you have your contact us information. So just your basic information, but you can actually link right out to your website. So a great way to get from the directory right over to your website when attendees are viewing you. Your booth links directly into your floor plan, highlights your booth with a blue dot, really pops yourself out when they're searching for your company. Again, that company description that everyone has. It is 1,000 character limit, but every keyword that you can get in there that makes sense for you, definitely add it, because being the keyword search system it is, you're going to return in a lot more results. And then everyone also gets 5 product categories to choose to help you become more searchable as well. And then if we hop to the next slide. So this is what your exhibitor dashboard is going to look like. So everyone should have received an ID and password to get logged in. Again, if you don't have it, it's in your email anywhere. Reach out to me. My email is right there, mcutter@mappyourshow.com. I'll get that sent over to you. The main tile you want to focus on is that exhibitor directory listing. That's where you can edit all that company information. So on that slide before, what you're looking at, you edit that information there. Now you can see there's a bunch of other slides. So we link out to the registration and housing. There's some mandatory forms you can fill out, exhibitor resources as well. If you still need payment, you can always make that through here as well. And then if we hop to that next slide, these are the other package opportunities to help you gain even more exposure on the site. So again, you can see the very first one, that standard listing at no extra cost to anybody. That gives you your contact, website, booth number, product categories, and description. But moving up to that silver package, you'd actually upload your company logo. So your company logo, that would appear anywhere your company name's appearing on the directory. The access to leads is any attendee that comes in the directory, shares their information with you. You'd get their name, title, company name, and email address. Collateral, you can see is any brochure, collateral, catalog you have, press release, really any PDF or Word document that you would like to share. There's actually another opportunity if you didn't have 5 pieces of this, to actually switch over to a website. You can upload that, or maybe a video link you have. And then for gallery images, what those are product images. There is a spec sheet associated with this tile that appears when you do have that silver package. These would be uploaded and appear at the top of your listing. Now, one thing with that silver package too is your description actually moves up into more and more characters, so you're actually going to add a lot more. Now, with the gold package, you get everything in silver and standard, but you get priority placement in those search results. So again, being that keyword search system, if they search for you, you're related to it, you're going to appear at the top of the results. Now, if you remember a few slides back, there's also a featured exhibitor tile. It's also in the navigation bar. If you click on that, it just shows the featured exhibitors, really narrows your results down. As Wes said, there's over 750 exhibitors at this show right now. And then you get that corner peel highlighted, or that ear tag on your booth on that interactive floor plan, help you really pop out when they're looking there. And then also with that, you would finally get some videos. So those video panels uploaded with your image panels, they actually work both ways though. They can be an image or a video. Those don't have to go to waste if you only had 2 videos. And then if we can go to that last slide, there are some other packages that all these ones that you do see here include the gold, silver, and standard benefits. Now the product spotlight is the very first image or video you upload appears on the home page of the directory. Right below those titles would be your image, title of it, your company's name, a brief description, and your booth number. Now, if you do click on that booth number, it's going to go right out to your floor plan, highlight your booth with a blue dot, or you can click on the company's name, title, or image itself. And it's going to go directly to your listing from the home page. Now, the product category sponsorship, everyone gets to select a few product categories. If you decide to do this one, you actually get to sponsor those. So there's a product category section on the directory. Now, where that, if you do click on that section, there'd be banners that start appearing. There is one out there currently. If you want an example, you can always go out there and see that. And if you click on that banner, it'll go to your listing. Now, each category is exclusive, so only one exhibitor can sponsor it. Now, we have an individual hall sponsor already, so that's actually sold out. But if you do go to the directory again, go to the floor plan, at the bottom of that hall would be their banner. Their banner sits there at all times, and they can actually upgrade or link out to their website from there. And then finally, the overall directory sponsorship, which is also sold out. You can actually, we have one sponsor there as well. That appears on the homepage of the directory. Again, that can also be linked out to your listing or out to your website as well. But that's what I have for you. Again, if you need your login for the dashboard, please give me an email. I'll get that over to you. If you have any questions about this, please reach out to me. But thank you for your all's time. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot, Michael. And in addition to being able to reach him online, he's going to be on site as well. So any questions that you have, we can schedule some time at your booth, and he's happy to kind of answer questions during the show. Next up, we're going to turn it over to my colleague, Tim Morris, who is on our marketing team, to talk about InGo, which is a new marketing platform that we're offering this year.
Hi, thank you, Wes. Yeah, I'm here to tell you a couple things, actually. One is a way to market your company at RE+, both directly through our word of mouth InGo marketing platform and also internationally with our global buyers program. This year, we're using the marketing platform InGo to help attendees, speakers, and exhibitors alike promote their participation at RE+. InGo provides turnkey marketing solutions for you to easily announce your participation on social media, target connections, and see who of your connections are already going. With this platform, you'll have access to custom social media posts, custom invitations on LinkedIn, and custom social graphics cards. Next slide, please. Custom invites are available via logging in with LinkedIn, as you can see here. You'll have a modifiable pre-populated message to send to your connections who are viewable through the platform. In addition, you can see which one of your LinkedIn connections are already attending, as well as other registrants using InGo as well, who you may not be connected with. So it's a great way to target specific clients and prospects you want to connect with at the show. Next slide, please. Here, the custom graphic is available, again, by signing into the platform via LinkedIn. The custom graphic pulls in your photo and name to the image, as again seen in the example here. There's also a pre-populated message to share as well, which is modifiable, so you can enter in your booth number right before you post. Links to these tools are available via the Exhibitor Marketing Toolkit, which is within the Exhibitor Resources page. Next slide, please. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Global Buyers Program. This year, RE+ is partnering again with the U.S. Department of Commerce's Global Buyers Program. This program recruits overseas buyers to attend RE+. The goal is to connect those buyers that are interested in meeting with companies who want to export their equipment and services and give them an opportunity to connect before and during the show. Participation in this program is available to any companies whose products represent at least U.S. US content of at least 51%. Next slide, please. Regarding these opportunities, there are four major ones that are part of this program. The B2B matchmaking, which is where the commercial service facilitates matchmaking between your company and international buyer delegations. There's B2G consulting, where you can meet with US embassy and consulate energy specialists from around the world to discuss market opportunities and sales prospects. Additionally, there's the export interest directory. By signing up for this, your company will be listed in the directory, signaling you are interested in connecting with international buyers. This directory is distributed to all international delegations recruited through the program. And lastly, we have the international market seminars, which are actually kicking off in just a few weeks and will run from August 25th to the 31st. These seminars allow you to gain valuable insights into international market trends, including energy storage in India, opportunities, renewable energy opportunities in Ghana, global trends in green hydrogen, and more. These seminars are organized by the Department of Commerce, so they have plenty of expertise, and it's something that if you're looking to export, it's a really valuable program to participate in, and it's complimentary. And that's it. Thank you, Wes.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I wanted to actually go back kind of one slide to talk about the marketing toolkit in the exhibitor resources page. If you go to re-plus.com, if you hover over the exhibit tab, you will see the exhibitor resources page from there. And when you click on that, it'll give you a number of those resources, a lot of which we talked about today, but specifically that marketing toolkit with InGo that Tim just referenced. So thanks again, Tim. And last up, we wanted to kind of take a different approach and introduce a current first-time exhibitor. Ryan Stryer is going to be from M-Style Marketing. He's got extensive marketing experience, and we just wanted to be able to tie together kind of everything that we discussed today, especially from a first-timer's experience. So, Ryan, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Wes. Appreciate it, and appreciate everyone taking the time today. When you think of brands and how to move messaging that drives engagement and revenue, M-Style is often a company that gets tied into this. From World Cup soccer to the NFL to Netflix to Warner Brothers to the national parks, we have about 20 years of experience of driving brands and products to new heights. And as we come into RE+, we're excited to be able to extend this network into all the exhibitors and all the product and all the development moving forward. We bring all the talents in the service of engagement of people to the show and to the exhibitors. And we're often tasked with how do you prepare, how do you message, and how do you follow up on a trade show. With a fusion of strategy, marketing, and brand, the firm curates how a company is presented, how it looks on social media, straight through to activation so that you're getting and making the most of the show. Our team is a full service turnkey resource for strategy and creative to customize any element needed for outreach. Very often, we manage the programs on behalf of a large division of a company, or for smaller companies and clients, we come alongside and really service as a strategy side, CMO, CSO resource. We can go to the next page. So as you look at this, we've managed everything from the biggest global sports events to trade shows. And every single touch point is something that we look at. Next page. Next page. Thank you. So again, we come in on marketing, consulting, brand and creative, strategy, operational support, and a lot of live events. Next page. Thank you. Every single element of how you present your company is something that we take into consideration. From your social media outreach to how do you activate, to what does your live event look like, to what does your brand look like. They're all elements that we hold true and that we tie into a comprehensive approach of strategy, marketing, again, brand and creative. Next page. So as an example, we'll manage a program for Jeep in which we're involved in their marketing, their social media, their brand management, down to product activation and social media. And every integration and every touch point, no differently than you're going to get into RE+, and how your products and how your brand look at the show are all elements to be integrated and looked after. Next page. So one of the things that we start with every show is, again, what is the messaging? How does it look and how does it feel? How are we incorporating those elements as we move forward around this? So on a trade show focus, we want to know how are we messaging to the attendees and the trade. We always ask our clients, what are they looking to achieve? And our teams look at ways for handling branding and communications to harness leads, revenue, media, and press. Do we have an event during a show that we need to call for an action? Are we announcing new products and innovations? And how are we getting attendees to our booth and promoting? The last part, and most importantly, do we have social media and or event marketing that gets people to our booth? And what does that indeed look like? And so we want everyone to consider how the brand is represented and what are we messaging and what are we conveying? And let's make sure that all of our messaging is short and concise so that we win the day. Next slide. So we talk very often about the customer journey and how that allows for brand integration and how the brand is your opportunity to reinforce the message and to move the needle forward through company success. And so if we go to the next page, there are phenomenal, next page, thank you. There are phenomenal platforms that you've heard from before of some of the earlier vendors that take us through lead generation, email, website, and social media, communication straight through to the show, confirmation of leads, the contact point, and the follow-up. And we make sure that along the way that each message and each element is unique to each contact and each piece of the customer journey. Next page. So as cliche as it sounds, follow-up is the last in the deck, but certainly not least. You've invested in the show, you've invested in exhibit space, staffing, travel, etc. Follow-up. Too many times you have a great show and the leads are buried and there is no follow-up. So we suggest a process that we put in place to follow up that takes into account all the CMR and all the data that you're receiving to automate as much of this as possible. And then we provide custom messaging that goes into all categories. So support with social media down to thank you for seeing us messages, to creating microsites for RE Plus for follow-up questions and information, and along the way capturing images and information so that we can then communicate and harness those leads. The follow-up is where the show's success truly comes from, by taking the people and the fantastic resources that RE Plus has become and utilizing the platform to drive the next part of your platform forward. We offer several packages and programs around RE Plus that contain strategy, creative planning, and implementation. We have a silver, a gold, and a platinum level that we can send you information about, as well as custom programs. So we look forward to discussing with everyone how we can be of help and support to get the most out of RE Plus, and we look forward to seeing everybody at the shop.
Awesome, Ryan. Thank you very much. And everyone that contributed and participated in this event, in this webinar, big thank you. We left the last couple minutes open just for the Q&As that I know our amazing team has already been answering in the chat. So thank you, team. And I just threw a couple up here that like kind of are most common within our FAQs. The first one, just can I invite customers to the show? That's a resounding yes. Each exhibitor gets a certain allotment based on their booth size, and it can be found in the Invite Customers tab when you log into the registration portal. Each pass is good for all 3 days on the show floor during hall hours. So the instructions on how to redeem those and register your customers can be found on that Invite tab. But if you have any other questions about it, you can email registration@replus.com and they can help you along the way. The second, I think, was already answered in the chat, but oftentimes people can't find the service kit. It's just under the replus.com page, the exhibitor resources page that we referenced earlier. Again, thank you to my team that has continued to answer questions. Thank you to all of our vendor partners. We're really looking forward to seeing everyone in almost a month, which is kind of unbelievable to say. I'll stick around for another couple minutes just to see if we have any other questions to come in, but we are looking forward to seeing everyone and really appreciate your participation and support. So thanks again. one other thing to mention, this was recorded and can be sent to anyone on your team that may not have been able to make it today. So we will be able to distribute that at the conclusion of the webinar. So thanks again. Okay, it looks like my team got all of the questions. I was just notified. So we're going to wrap this up and see you guys in Anaheim. Thank you.